led at TLC. Eric and I led the first week, and our overall theme was food, fitness, and fun. So the first week we started off with food. So Eric and I introduced healthy food-related activities to the participants at TLC to help teach them healthier lifestyles and healthy decisions when it comes to food, because having healthy food is an important part of a healthy recovery.
Yeah, we made parfaits. We had yogurt, we had granola, and fruit they could add to it. And we also had just pictures of the bad choices they can make. So like cookies, they can add granola. But it turned out pretty good. Everyone had a lot of questions about nutrition, and we ended up having to even research some of the questions. But overall, it turned out really good, and everyone liked it.
And then Dr. Delphi actually helped us make the decision to give pictures of the bad choices instead of actually providing the bad choices, so we didn't set them up for failure. This way they could compare and contrast the differences without having the opportunity to make a bad choice, but learning still in the process. And then our second week was together.
Our week was on fitness and just kind of the different activities that people can do at a sober party. That's kind of what our main focus was, is leisure time is where a lot of people get into trouble, recreational drugs and whatnot, whether it's legal or illegal. So we chose healthy opportunities for healthy, sober leisure time.
So for our warm-up, we did that activity where we had the sheets with water balloons. We tossed them up in the air, and the other team would catch in their sheet to get their blood pumping. And then for that actual activity, we played charades, where everybody contributed an activity that they would do at a party, and then we acted out the activity, so they all got exposed to different things that I never thought about. And then for the third week, me, John, and Tanya presented on the fun aspects of party planning and what goes into planning a party. Because then in the fourth week, we were going to put it all together and have them choose what they wanted to have at a fun, sober party of their choice. So what we did is for our warm-up,
Sure. Yeah, our warm-up was just a quick Mad Lib. Does everyone know what Mad Libs are? Mm-hmm. Okay, so we had a Mad Lib up on a poster sheet and just went around and read out off the blanks, and everyone filled it in. It's actually a pretty big hit and ended up being pretty funny. And our activity was, I'll let Tanya talk a little bit about it, they actually got blank party invitations, kind of similar to what you all did with the passports. They started blank, and we had different stations. But they started this out by all thinking of a positive aspect or something going on in their lives right now that they would want to plan to throw a party for. The whole goal being, despite everything, there's still good things to throw a party.
The actual party they chose is A Wonderful Life in Recovery. I believe that was the exact title, and they actually picked out that title, which was really cool. I mean, we wanted to throw an independence party, but they're actually celebrating that they're sober and they're doing good things with their lives. And we had this different stations for a food station, so they could prepare what they would like to bring to the party. As far as we also had the drink station, which they had to come up with ways to say, please, don't bring any alcohol. It's a family-friendly party. We understand those types of situations, but they actually have to learn how to say, don't bring your own bottle, don't bring your own beer. We'll provide the drinks. It'll be a healthy, sober, situation. So it was really interesting. We also had activity station where they could pick games they'd like to play. And also prices of some of the stuff, because sometimes they don't know, the different types of opportunities they have, as far as you can rent a bounce house or you can buy one yourself. Of course, it's a little more expensive, but if you use it all the time, it's worth it, et cetera, et cetera. And we also had a location station. So they got to put together an entire invitation, and we made a big invitation for the actual party, which was the last and final week.
So the final week was a party celebrating their independence and their sobriety, and the warm-up was focused on mingling, which is a good thing to have if you're going to be throwing a party without substances. In the past, they might have thrown parties and there weren't really activities planned or ways in which they would have to get the party going, because everybody would just, be on some sort of substance, and that would just get the party going. So we wanted to have an activity in which people would mingle with one another and try to find out something that they would want to talk about at a party and ways to find connections between people. So Jen brought us in some crepe paper, and what we would do is we would start it out, and you would say something about yourself that you would want to talk about at a party, and you would throw the crepe paper to somebody else who would want to talk about it with. And that went on and on until we had a web going, and it worked out pretty well, and we found similarities between everybody. And it was just good because not only did it wasn't just between the students who knew things about each other, but like for instance, Natalie was talking, a guy was talking about the Miami Heat and how he was nervous that Dwayne wasn't going to come back, and then Natalie, bonded with him on that. So I think we had a really good flow between the participants and the leaders.
And then the party was our activity, and it was like a self-determined activity for them because they were able to select the different foods that they wanted at the party, the different drinks, and then the activities. Like we had bocce ball, we had a cornhole station, and ladder golf. And it was really interesting because we talked about, like, have you ever played any of these games before? And a lot of people have never played, like, the ladder golf or bocce ball. So, and they were able to tell us, like, oh, we just had a party for 4th of July here, and it was such a bomb because it rained and we were stuck inside. And they were able to come up with ideas that we supplied them with, like, the different activities, charades, or whatever it be to occupy their time. So they were able to pick that. That was the activity for the day.
Yes, and like we said, the last day was a self-determined occupation-based party. They decided what they wanted to do based on all of the lessons we supplied them, all the information we supplied them with for weeks before, and it was really exciting. So what we're going to do today is we're going to play Jeopardy, and with each of these questions, after each question is answered, or each answer is answered with a question, I should say, Jeopardy, the person who wrote it or someone who had a moment related to that question is going to state something. So if you have any questions during that time, you can go ahead and ask them then. So let's go ahead and break.